So think about this. Something like, what, 60% of trading volume? It's already handled by computer programs.
It's a huge number. Yeah, really significant.
Kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? Is the way everyday folks like you trade, is that about to, change dramatically?
It certainly does point that way. It suggests a pretty big evolution happening right now in the markets.
Well, you're in the right place then.
Mm.
Because in this deep dive, we're really going to unpack algo trading.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the interesting part. We're zoning in on an option that's actually set to become free in 2025.
That is interesting. And to help us figure this out, we've been looking at this really good YouTube video transcript. It's from Backbenchers of Stocks.
Right.
They did a great job introducing the basics and, importantly, highlighting this specific free platform.
Exactly. So our mission today, basically, is to break down what algo trading really means for you, the retail trader.
Okay.
Explore the potential upsides and get the details on this free offer, all without, getting totally bogged down in the tech stuff.
Sounds like a plan. Keep it practical.
Okay, let's dive in. So, first things first.
Yeah.
What is algo trading? In plain English.
Okay. In essence, algo trading is just automated buying and selling.
Automated. Okay.
Yeah, imagine setting up a system where computer programs, robots, execute trades for you.
Right.
And what's really changed, that's interesting now, is how much easier it's become. Remember hearing about connecting accounts with APIs, especially a couple of years back?
Oh, yeah, that sounded like a real headache. Complicated.
It could be, but that's become way more streamlined now.
So it's not this huge technical barrier anymore?
Not like it was. The Backbenchers of Stocks video, it points out that lots of platforms now let you connect your broker right through your web browser. Or even your mobile app, just like linking any other service, really.
Mobile algo trading. Wow, that could be a game changer for people trading, on the move.
Absolutely.
They also mentioned something called black box trading. What's that about?
Right, black box. It's often linked with algo trading because the actual strategy, the logic behind the trades, that's kind of hidden inside the algorithm's code.
Okay.
But the main idea for you, the user, is that it's designed to be emotionless.
Emotionless trading.
Uh.
As someone who's definitely made trades based on gut feeling and regretted it, that sounds pretty appealing.
It's a big draw.
So how does this automated stuff actually work then? What's the engine doing?
Well, the process involves taking a trading strategy, your rules for when to buy, when to sell, where to put your stop loss, your profit targets.
Okay, the whole plan.
Exactly. And translating those rules into a computer language. Then, when the live market data matches the criteria you set, wham, the algorithm executes the trade automatically.
So it's like giving a super detailed instruction manual to a trader who never gets tired, never gets scared or greedy.
That's a good way to put it. It just follows the instructions.
Then why all the buzz about algo trading being the future? Is it just, hype?
Well, it's always smart to question the hype, absolutely. But when you look at the adoption levels, that 60% number we started with.
Yeah, from money control.
Right. That shows how deeply the big institutions have already bought in. They're using it extensively.
Yeah.
So it kind of suggests that wider retail use is the next logical step in how trading evolves. You don't want to be left behind, potentially.
Right. The institutions are already there. But, and this is important, is it like a guaranteed moneymaker? Because the video did mention accuracy.
That's a really crucial point. It's so important to understand this. Algo trading is not some magic formula. It's not 100% accurate. It doesn't guarantee profits.
Okay, good to clarify.
As the video rightly says, the strategies, they're still designed by humans.
Right.
So they're still subject to market risks. The algorithm is only as good as the strategy it's running.
That makes total sense. It's a tool, right? And the tool's effectiveness depends on the design and how you use it.
Precisely.
Now, the video mentioned SEBI, the regulator. What's their potential role here in making this more accessible?
Well, the news, I think it was from the Times of India, suggests SEBI is actually planning to allow retail investors more access to algo trading frameworks.
Interesting.
Now, the specifics aren't fully clear yet. The regulations are still developing, but it definitely signals a positive trend towards it being more available for individuals like you.
So the regulators are seeing the potential too. Okay, let's get down to the brass tacks, what's in it for you and me. The key benefits. The video highlighted a few that really jumped out.
Absolutely. Let's start with the one many find most compelling, emotionless trading.
Yes.
This can be, well, a real game changer for a lot of retail traders.
Tell me about it. I can totally relate to that scenario they described. You're watching a stock, right? You want to buy it, say, 120. You hesitate. It jumps to 140, and then boom, you jump in out of FOMO, fear of missing out at the higher price. Does that sound familiar to you listening?
It's classic.
Yeah.
So common. And that hesitation or that later impulsive decision, it just messes up your whole plan, your risk management. Think about stop losses. You set a price to automatically sell if things go wrong, to limit your loss. An algorithm, it hits that price, it sells. No questions asked.
Whereas a person might think, oh, just a little lower, maybe it'll bounce back.
Exactly. That hope trade. Or holding on to losers too long, hoping for a reversal. Or the opposite, getting greedy and missing your profit target because you wanted just a bit more.
Guilty is charged on probably all of those at some point.
We've all been there. But these emotional biases, they cloud your judgment. Algorithms, they just stick to the rules. Stop loss hit, sell. Target hit, take profit. No drama.
That discipline. Wow, that sounds incredibly valuable. Okay, what was the next big advantage they mentioned? Something about handling different amounts, multiple trades.
Yes, another powerful feature. Algo platforms let you trade various quantities, different position sizes, and manage multiple trades across different things simultaneously.
Like what?
Well, the video used the example of trading different indices all at once, like Nifty, Bank Nifty, Fin Nifty, even Midcap Nifty.
Trading all of those together. Why would you do
Yeah.
that?
The main idea there is diversification, really. Different parts of the market, like these indices, don't always move in lockstep.
Ah, okay.
So if one index is having a bad day, maybe another is flat or even up. It can help smooth out the ride, potentially balance your overall risk.
That makes sense. A more strategic way to manage risk across the board. They also talked about being better prepared for losing days. How does an algorithm help there? Because my confidence definitely takes a knock after a few bad trades.
That's totally natural. That psychological hit from losses in manual trading. It can make you trade worse more impulsively or maybe too scared to pull the trigger.
Yeah.
But algorithms, they don't get discouraged. They don't have confidence issues. They just keep following the program strategy objectively, even after a string of losses, as long as the strategy's conditions are still met.
That consistent execution, regardless of how the last trade went, that sounds huge psychologically.
It can be.
And the last point was about trading even if you're busy. That's a big one for anyone juggling a job or, life.
Exactly. This is where the fully automated nature really shines. You can, in theory, set your algorithms running in the morning.
Log in once.
Pretty much. Log in, make sure everything's connected, deploy your strategies, and then the algo handles the monitoring, executing stops, taking profits, placing orders all day. It frees you up.
Okay, the benefits are definitely compelling. Now, the really exciting part, this free algo trading platform coming in 2025, what's the deal?
Right. So, as the presenter in the video announced, pretty excitedly,
Yeah, you could hear it.
this specific platform, they're making their algo trading completely free in 2025. And not just for new users, existing users get it free too.
Right, wow. That really lowers the barrier to entry. What makes this one stand out, though? Are there specific features?
One key thing they highlighted is paper trading. It offers paper trading right alongside the live trading.
Paper trade, that's the simulation, right? Virtual money. Why is that so important?
Precisely. It lets you test drive everything. You can try out different algo strategies in the real market, see how they actually perform with live data, but without risking a single penny of your own capital.
Okay, smart.
You can watch how they behave, see the results before you decide to commit real funds. And on this platform, both paper and live algo trading are free.
Test before you invest, basically. That sounds incredibly useful, especially for beginners. So, the obvious question, how do they make money if it's all free?
Yeah, good question. The presenter was actually quite upfront about their model.
Okay.
The platform earns a small share of the normal brokerage fees, the fees you'd be paying anyway, whether you trade manually or use their algo, or even a paid algo somewhere else.
Ah, so it's built into the standard trading costs you already incur. You're not paying an extra fee specifically for the algo feature itself.
Exactly. It seems pretty fair and sustainable.
Okay, that makes sense. Now let's get practical. Based on that YouTube demo, how do you actually use this thing? What are the steps?
Right. First step, and it's crucial, is connecting your broker. The demo showed a broker online status.
Which broker did they say?
They specifically mentioned Alias Blue as the one currently supported. So you'd need an account with Alias Blue first, and then link it to this algo platform.
Got it. Connect your existing Alias Blue account. What about the strategies themselves? Do you need to be a coder? That sounds intimidating.
No, not necessarily. That's the good news. The platform comes with ready-made, pre-built strategies.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, in the demo, I think they showed 3 initially, then a 4th popped up, so you can start exploring using these pre-made ones without any programming knowledge.
Pre-built strategies.
Mm.
That's a huge plus for non-techie folks. So say you pick one you like, how do you test it using that paper trading feature?
The demo showed it was pretty straightforward. You just go to the strategy you want, click a button like deploy, and then choose the paper option.
Simple enough.
Yeah.
And can you choose what it trades?
Yeah.
Like specific markets?
Yes, absolutely. You select the segment you want the algo to trade in. They showed options like FinNifty, Bank Nifty, Midcap.
Okay.
The presenter did add a little warning about Nifty options, though, especially near expiry, because their value can decay really fast. Time decay, so something to keep in mind.
Good tip on the Nifty options near expiry. Thanks. So you pick this segment, say Bank Nifty. What next for the paper trade setup?
Then you choose the specific thing to trade, like a particular Bank Nifty option contract. You set the lot size, how many units you want to trade.
How many did they use in the demo?
They used just one lot for the paper trading examples and selected normal order type for intraday, set those parameters, hit deploy for paper trading, and off it goes.
And you can test the same strategy on, say, Bank Nifty and FinNifty in paper mode simultaneously to compare.
Exactly. The video showed that. It's easy to deploy the same strategy across different indices in paper mode. Great way to see where it might work best without risking cash.
Really lets you kick the tires properly. Okay, the million-dollar question. Well, maybe not million-dollar, but the capital question. If you go live, how much money do you actually need?
Yeah, everyone asks that. And the presenter gave the right answer. There's no single number.
It depends.
It totally depends on the market segment you choose, the lot size you trade, and crucially, your own personal risk tolerance.
Right.
You need enough cash in your account to cover potential losses from stop hits, and also enough for the algo to take the next trade according to its rules. You need buffer.
Makes sense. Not one size fits all. Depends on your strategy and risk settings. The demo also showed running multiple different strategies at once, right?
Yes, you could deploy several different strategies simultaneously, again in paper trading, across various segments. The presenter called it front testing, trying out different combinations to see what mix performs well for you.
So you can really experiment to find a good fit. Okay, you're running these paper trades. How do you actually see if they're working? How do you track the performance?
The demo walked through that too. You go to a section, look like it was called closed positions, then you filter for paper trades, and it shows you a list of the trades the algos executed that day.
And they shared actual results from their paper trading day in the video, didn't they?
They did. They showed an example with 4 trades, all on Nifty call options, CEs. It looked like 2 different strategies triggered 2 trades each, all using one lot.
What were the numbers?
The results were a loss of about 926 on one, a profit of 666 on the next, another loss of 135, and then a bigger profit of 2,512.
Okay, so ups and downs.
Right. But the overall result for that day, for those paper trades, was a net profit around 3,200.
Wow, okay. Seeing real numbers helps picture it. And could you manually stop a strategy midday? Like if you hit your profit goal or just wanted to cut risk?
Correct. They showed a simple on-off switch or button for each deployed strategy. You can just toggle it off anytime.
Right.
And the presenter made an interesting observation from those results. They pointed out how the losses were relatively small and the profits were larger.
Which is kind of the goal, right?
Exactly. And often the opposite of what happens in emotional manual trading, cutting winners short and letting losers run.
Yeah, that really hits home. What about looking at performance over, say, a week or a month? Not just one day.
Yep, they covered that. The platform have a feature to download detailed performance reports.
Oh, nice.
You can filter them by strategy, by date range, by market segment, for whatever period you want, like 15 days, a month. So you can do a proper analysis over time.
That kind of detailed reporting sounds super valuable for figuring out what actually works long term. Okay, so let's wrap this up. What's the big takeaway from this deep dive into free algo trading?
I think the key thing is that algo trading, it's becoming much more accessible for regular retail traders like you.
Yeah.
And these free platforms, like the one we looked at, they offer potentially big advantages, taking emotions out, automating everything. It could really help level the playing field.
And for you listening, we hope this deep dive gave you a clear sort of shortcut to understanding what algo trading is about and pointed you to a specific free resource you can check out, all without getting lost in the jargon.
Exactly. And it leaves you with something to think about, doesn't it? As algorithms get more and more involved in the markets, how's that going to change things for retail traders down the line? And maybe what steps can you take now to stay informed, maybe even get involved in this shift.
Definitely some food for thought there. And hey, the presenter in that Backbenchers of Stocks video,
Yes.
they did give contact info if you have more questions or need support with their platform. So if you're intrigued, that's a resource to maybe look into.